want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio and Golden Rule Media Entertainment. We have an amazing interview for you today. Oh, yes. How can I say this? Ow. I'm just loving it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we have Mr. Larry Blackmon of Cameo in the house today. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed. I'm even better now that you're here.
Oh, wonderful.
So tell us, how did Cameo get started? I mean, there's just so many different stories out there of people getting started. How did Cameo put his feet in the music industry?
Oh, my goodness. Well, we started a while ago, and we were a touring band, started in New York City, toured the Northeast and Canada, over to the Midwest. And, you know, we just toured and we wanted to be consistent and we wanted to be solid in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So that touring helped a great deal.
Wow.
Because that's all we did. I mean, we were on tour for, goodness, quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, I'm surrounded by music.
Yep, that's okay.
Cameo was made up of two different bands, and we came together in the Midwest. Well, actually, in the beginning, we were in New York, and we toured. The band evolved, and then while we were in Canada, it just made it stronger. From some guys from the Midwest and guys from New York. But it was very interesting because it became that much stronger when we all came together.
Right.
And we were away from home for so long, we forgot where we lived. It was just that serious. So we toured in Battle Creek, Michigan, and we were there for quite a while, okay, around the Detroit area. But that's coming from Canada, Under Bay, Ontario, if you know where that is.
Yes.
I bet you know. You do?
I actually do.
Oh, wow, that's great. Well, Thunder Bay was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But while touring, you know, musically, we just evolved. We just evolved. I can honestly say that when we left New York, we were a very different band than we were when we came back.
Wow. And that is amazing.
Yes, it was fun as well, because the challenge was, how good can you get? And upon coming back to New York, we played at a couple of staple clubs and in New York City. And I remember seeing these clubs as I was growing up. Didn't realize that one day we'd be playing there. And while playing at this particular club, a Broadway playwright approached the band and wanted us to do some of his songs.
What?
Yes, indeed. And so that was the first official release, okay, was Find My Way. Mm-hmm. And it was written by a gentleman named Johnny Murphy, who wound up one of the producers on Sex and the City.
My goodness.
Yeah, the television show Sex and the City. And Johnny was quite energetic. He wrote this particular song that was Neil Bogart at Casablanca Records became crazy about.
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of a disco song, but he was crazy about it. And he pushed that song and pushed it. After a year or so, and the song didn't perform as well as we would have liked it to, I contacted Cecil Holmes at Casablanca Records, and I said, listen, why don't you come to New York and hear our original material? So he flew in, and we got rehearsal space at SIR, Studio Instrument Rentals.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in existence today, I believe. and we played our material, rigor mortis, funk, very first album, which was called Cardiac Arrest, that Casablanca released, and it did very well. The first single did 40,000 copies in New York City in the first 2 weeks alone.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were off to the races then. Subsequent albums, so it was gold. It went gold, and the second album went gold. We all know who we are. And each album subsequently went gold. And when we released the Word Up, several albums later, we went double platinum. So that's the Cameo story in terms of evolution, recording-wise.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, you know, the whole thing is like you guys combined two bands. That doesn't really happen as often anymore. You know, most people are working with other people, but they're not really like combining two bands and becoming one. That's to me, that's just a great story.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
And, yes. And after a while, the guys from the Midwest missed home so much because they were gone for like 2 years, you know. New York was a whole new thing for them. So they went back to Michigan, and we held auditions in New York where we picked up the Lieutenant Brothers and, you know, Eric Durham and some others. And prior to Cameo, though, I had a band called East Coast, and Gwen Guthrie was in that band. And, you know, God bless her soul, she passed away some years ago, but she wrote that song, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me.
That's right. I know that one.
Yeah, she was extremely talented. And her and another gentleman in my band, Keely, wrote Supernatural Thing for Benny King. And of course, that was a number one song. Yes, I am. Thank you. But yes, and we just evolved from there.
Wow.
They were a couple, and they wrote several songs that the manager of the Commodores helped them make contacts and everything, and they did very well. And Gwen went on her own, as you know, but it was a fantastic combination of talent.
Wow.
And, you know, it was a great experience. I consider myself a very lucky person.
I hear you. A lot of people want to do what you're doing, and you do have some new major things going on. So tell me about that.
We are recording another album after several years of doing the same thing, which I'm not complaining about but no one ever knew it would last so long. It's been almost 40 years.
Yeah.
And I consider myself such a fortunate individual to have had the opportunity of continuing to do the same thing that I love doing,
right?
Which is producing and developing. I love working in combination with other people creatively because, you know, it would be boring if you had to, for me at least, to work by yourself all the time. I mean, I would certainly get bored. I am not one who prefers boredom. But it's so challenging working with others to, you know, see what you come up with.
Right. Yeah.
So I consider that, you know, something special.
It is. Definitely. So you guys are back in the studio. This is amazing to have Cameo back in the studio. So what can we expect? Are we looking for 4 songs, 1 song, 7 songs, 9? What are we looking at this time around?
I can tell you, I can tell you that as a result of doing what I have done for so long, I'm looking forward to our audience gravitating to the songs.
Right.
Always been strong with ballads as well as up-tempo tunes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be you can afford to some good music, and I'm doing covers also. I wanted this album to be covers that we felt were special for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cameo doing is called Cover Me, and it's going to be nice.
That is so cool.
I'm excited about how our audience receives it.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You know, the music industry has changed so much from when, back in the day to now. I mean, literally speaking, I'm looking at it going, my gosh. And I mean, it's got some more stuff going on. What are you doing today that's different than back in the day? When it comes to music.
I'm so busy doing it that I really haven't analyzed it. If anybody knows, so many different genres that we feel, and I guess every act feels that way after so many years, that we think we know what people will like, and
right.
And that's hard to put in words, but let's hope we're right about that.
Well,
we've been hitting on all fours for so long. You kind of take yourself too seriously after a while. But and so the time between the last recording we did and now, we spent that time reacclimating ourselves.
Wow.
And we're looking forward to. I think this one will be as exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I truly appreciate the time that you spent with me and everything that you're going through, that you went through to get to where you're at today, and to show people that sometimes you just have to hit the road and you're going to miss home. That's just going to be, if you are serious about this, you're just going to have to do it.
Yes, you've got to give it all you've got. And not play the caution side, because had we been too busy trying to be cautious, who knows what would have happened.
Exactly.
You've got to give it all you've got if it matters. You shouldn't have a problem doing that, and be sincere about the effort.
Definitely. That is amazing. I truly appreciate you being on the show today. I appreciate what you've done in the music industry, and I've definitely appreciated you being, open and having your new stuff come, being mentioned at least on my show. That's just a blessing.
Well, it's been a pleasure being with you. I've enjoyed it, and anytime in the future, we'll be available for you.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. And where can people find Cameo now? Where can they find you guys?
Well, I don't think it'll be hard to find us once we're done and release this material. We hope by December, it'll be there, and we'll see how things happen. We're looking forward to it. Believe me, I don't think it would be hard to find Cameo at all.
I doubt it very seriously.
The thing.
Wow, but thank you so much again. I appreciate every moment of this. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to put all of that contact and follow and like and social media and all that stuff in the description box, so that'll be easy for you guys to find them if you just can't find Cameo for any one reason or another. I don't see where that would happen, but it's okay. We'll put it there anyway. I want to thank you guys so much, and then don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. Bye.